Hi, and welcome to the Virtually Yours podcast, Outsourcing Mysteries Exposed, the no BS hustle-free podcast for business owners who outsource or provide outsourcing services. I'm your host, Rosie Shiloh, virtual assistant advocate and owner of Virtually Yours, the virtual assistant network. Let's get started. Alrighty, hello today to our podcast listeners. I'm so excited. I have got a gorgeous co-host here today with me, Korryn Haines from Encore Admin Consulting. I have to make sure I always get that right.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. And I got Korryn to come here today because I think she's got a little bit of a superhero skill that I want to share with you. No pressure. So welcome, Korryn.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm very excited to have you here. Have you done any podcasts before?
I have done one.
Yeah?
I don't know when it's going live. So, yeah, that'll be a surprise one popping up out of nowhere for me.
Nice. And who was that with?
Caitlin Pyle. She's a US-based podcast.
Okay, I'll have to keep an eye out for her.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, the reason why I got you on today is because one of the things that really it just blew me away as I saw your business sort of growing was that you were in business for about 16 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before you're growing your client base, and then you took 5 months maternity leave.
Yeah.
Right. How scary was that?
Initially, I was thinking, that's not a good idea. But it was actually speaking with one of my clients that I was toing and froing about which way to go with it, get some help, whatever. It was actually one of my clients that said to me, you don't want that stress while you've got a new baby. And that was kind of like my moment of, actually, yeah, you're right, I don't. So fortunate for me, all my clients were really willing to just, okay, that's the way it's going to go. So, just then try to figure out how that worked for my clients too, and because I was absolutely ready to just come back and have to completely rebuild. And that was,
I think that would be everyone's initial thought was, okay, I've just spent 16 months. Now I'm going to spend 5 months on maternity leave, which obviously is a great idea in terms of for your sanity and your family and your gorgeous daughter. But in terms of your business, you'd be thinking, okay, it's going to be a clean slate again. Now when I come back, I'm going to have to start from scratch and build it right up. But that just wasn't the case for you, was it?
No, surprisingly. I'd completely not factored that at all. I just thought, okay, I'm just going to have to come back. I'll take my time to get back into the swing of things, new baby, new routines, all that sort of stuff. But no, all my clients were, knocking at my door the minute I flipped open the virtual doors again, which was nice. It was, on one hand, I was a little bit going, okay, I'm going to have to rebuild this. I can do it. I've done it. Yeah. But on the other side of it, it was like, well, you don't have to now. So, okay.
Yeah.
So
5 months is a long time for clients to say, okay, I still love you and I'm coming back to you. But my business needs to keep going. So what was the solution around that? How on earth did you achieve that? Obviously, before you went on maternity leave, you were pretty valuable to them, and we're going to touch on that in a bit.
Yeah.
In terms of the logistics around then going and doing your mumly duties,
yes,
what did they do?
Well, for all of them, I had everything tied up in a neat little bow when I went on leave on the 1st of December. So I made sure I had everything documented, all the systems in place, had them understanding what was going on. I think that was the biggest part of it, that they didn't feel like I was just dropping and running. But then on the other side of that, I'd had that conversation with them of, okay, do you feel you want to take this on yourself while I'm away, or do you want someone else to come in and do that? And 3 out of the 4 of them went, yeah, we probably do need help. So with that lead time, I took that time to get someone else from the Viva network into, and gave my clients that I wasn't sourcing the people, it was my clients sourcing the people, because I wanted them to I gave them a list of who I thought,
Mm-hmm.
and then they went and did the homework themselves and felt who they could fit with.
Yeah, it's got to be a fit.
Yeah, because I can refer plenty of people, but if the personality doesn't fit, it's not going to be a good experience for either party. So, so I had that lead time with my clients to do that, and we did that. And I was even with the two, I think there was two that went to people at the Viva Network. I was thinking, they'll probably stay on with them. That's fine. That's completely fine by me. You know, I don't know exactly when I'm coming back. So, you know, I was well ready for that. But as it turns out, their businesses have grown so much that they went, no, actually, I still need you as well as the other person. So that worked out well. And we were able to have a bit of a tag team effort on that front. So
that's nice, because I was wondering when you first started saying that, when you got the Viva members, you know, to replace you, was there fear around coming back and them going, actually, this person's better than you? I don't actually.
Yeah. And I actually, I don't take that personally. I actually go, well, that's really awesome. If they're doing a better job than me, that's awesome. Like, you know, that's job well done for me, really, because it's
you've referred them on to the best person.
Yeah,
Such a brilliant attitude.
You know, there's enough out there for everyone. There's no use, you know, losing your marbles over it. It's and because what we do is so much of a personality fit too, that, you know, it's nice to go, well, actually that's a good solution. So I
think that attitude is probably half of why they came back, is that attitude itself, was that it's all about the best solution.
Yeah. Whether
that's you or not.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, I think that is one of the secret ingredients to VAs who really succeed.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, when a client comes to them and says, I actually don't need you anymore because I'm too big and I'm going to get people in-house, and for them to celebrate that.
Yeah.
Or where, you know, they say, okay, I need extra support, I'm going to call in some other people to help. But you know that you've been a part of that.
Yeah.
You know, and getting them to that spot. That's really exciting.
Yeah.
Can you hear my daughter screaming in the background?
I can. I'm thinking, that's not my Ella.
For those of you listening, I have an Ella and Korryn has an Ella. So at some point, if there is a screamy sound in the background,
it's either of our Ellas.
It's an Ella, and that's okay. We're cool with that because we're mums in business. And so far, she hasn't banged on the door. So we're going to roll with it.
We're going to roll with that, yeah.
We've both got an older kid each as well, but they're out of the house at the moment.
Yes, we're good.
Phew, nice. All right. And this is our husband is supposed to have gaffer taped my one, but obviously has failed to do so.
Next step covered.
Yeah. So you had 4 or 5, was it 4 or 5 consistent clients before you went on leave?
Yeah, it would have been about that, yeah.
What do you think it was about the sort of work that you do and the way you do it that made them so happy to wait for you?
I've actually been having a really big think about this lately. A lot of my stuff isn't the day-to-day admin, like I need to be at my desk at X o'clock in the morning because they need that. Mm-hmm. And that's my choice of how I've structured how I do it, because kids. Mm-hmm. So I was a lot more on the project side of things, like doing projects, doing bigger picture kind of things. So I very much, they give me a task, I deliver. That's kind of how I work, and that's how I've always worked. So I think it was that, you know, doing tasks that weren't 100% reliant on me all the time has kind of made it good that they've gone, okay, I've got this project to do, this project to do, this project to do. Okay, you do it. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's all sorted. All right, and they just keep feeding me projects. So it's usually that kind of work that is what I'm doing. So that's how it was kind of, I was able to step out, because then the day-to-day stuff was still ticking along and they were handling that, or they had help with that. It was just the bigger stuff that is usually what I've got my fingers in, is they were able to shuffle when that was coming or what was happening. So if
it's the project stuff and not the day-to-day stuff, you obviously that is the sort of thing that's your most valuable activity. That's where you rock.
Yeah.
And you touched on it then when you said, they ask for it, I deliver.
Yep.
What does that mean? Because I think that's why that is the thing. That is why they went, that's okay, Korryn, I will wait for you. You have as many children as you need, but I will come back to you because what?
It probably comes back to the solutions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a solution person. Like, if someone comes to me with a problem, it's like, okay, and if I can't necessarily do that, I either go and learn how to do it, or I find someone who can, and who can hold my hand and show me how to do it or deliver it for me. And that's a bit to my detriment sometimes, I can't do that. Oh, here, you spend your money with this person and then I'm out of the picture. But
that is not to your detriment at all.
Financially then. But yeah, so that's how I've always worked, actually, just come to think of it. So it's knowing where I can help and where I can't, and being honest about that. So
yeah, and honestly, it might in the immediate sound like it's to your financial detriment, but it's for the long-term financial gain. Absolutely. Yeah. To know someone, I think being solution driven that makes me excited when I hear that. One of the things that drives me most crazy is when people come to you with a problem and for me, I actually don't mind because I'm solution driven as well. So I'm like, sweet, we're going to sort this out.
Yeah.
But if I'd hired someone to help me with stuff and they just kept coming to me with problems and no thought of
how they think they could do it.
Yeah, this is what I think we could do to solve it. This is the problem and this is what I think we could do to solve it. Yeah. I'd be getting pretty annoyed. And then as soon as they said, I'm going to be going away on leave, I'd be like, well, okay, fine, because now I don't have to solve all your problems.
Yeah.
So being solution driven, I think that's going to be, that's one of the big ones. And that whole abundance attitude is a massive one as well.
Yeah.
So when you came back after the 5 months, and I know that you had clients knocking on your door before that, where they were like, we missed you.
Yeah.
You mentioned to me when we were talking earlier that some of them, rather than doing things themselves over that period or getting help, they kind of just let things backlog and then came back in and then bang.
That was me.
How on earth did you cope with that?
One client in particular, and fortunately for me, he's a former boss from corporate world. Yeah. So he knew, okay, I'm not going to stress about this because Korryn will just get it done. Don't care how she does it, but she does it.
I love that.
Yeah, awesome. No, but he did give me a little bit of lead time of, okay, this is due this time, this is due this time. So he staggered a few things for me, which was good. Yeah. But he's also one of those people that said to me, I don't expect you to be at the desk during the day. If you're up at stupid o'clock at night and can tinker away at it, that's fine. If you want to, if you don't worry about it. Like they didn't put the pressure on me to deliver. It was just, hey, I've got this stack of work here, chip away at it while you can, if you want to, while you can. So that was a softer introduction to it. So yeah, that worked well.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And when you've got sort of permission to procrastinate, and it's funny that I heard that sentence earlier today and I can't remember. Oh, it was Sonia Statman mentioned it. She's got a podcast happening about that.
Yeah. Permission
to procrastinate. It's you don't start adding stress and negativity to the situation and to kind of just get back into it.
You just kind of ease yourself back in and it's like, no, it's going to get done.
Yeah. And I've found that just in the last year with a lot of things. As you know, I've changed, what I will and what I won't eat and all that. And so sometimes things are very tempting.
Yeah.
And if I give myself permission and go, look, you know what, at the end of the day, it's there.
Yeah, it's there.
Eat it. Eat it. And then I never do, because then I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm obviously a rebel at heart, because once I've given myself permission, I'm like, oh, well, I don't need to.
Oh, I don't want to do that then. Yeah.
So if you're a rebel at heart, you need to give yourself permission.
And then you won't do it.
Do whatever it is that you don't want to do. Yeah. There's our takeaway for today.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But anyway.
Reverse psychology yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that'll work on kids. We need to work.
No, it doesn't work. My 3-year-old at the moment, no, it does not work.
You know, it's funny. Here's a little segue for people. Yeah, as soon as you try, you go, ooh, I'm going to reverse psychology this. It's like someone's just whispered in their ear, alert, mum is reverse psychology this. Yeah. They just...
Yeah, hold your ground even harder now.
Yeah. Just spin it, baby. Just spin it.
Work it.
So what does, apart from Rosie, what does the future look like for On-Call?
It's funny. At the moment, I actually have taken a step back with a couple of clients. As I said, I hit the ground running really hard. And actually wanting, with the client in particular, we've sort of parted ways, which is because they have huge plans and I don't have the capacity at the moment to follow them. So that kind of came back to that point earlier, or of knowing my limitations. So but yeah, I'm sort of reevaluating what's happening, and with my little one on the move now, it's a whole new kettle of fish. So just
as soon as they start crawling, all of your plans that were carefully laid out,
plans are gone. But yeah, just recalibrating.
Nice.
Yeah, readjusting what kind of work I'm doing, and trying to and it's also to make sure I'm delivering for my clients, because at the end of the day, if your clients aren't happy, then you're not going to be happy. So just trying to piece that together. So
nice. Yeah, I was saying today to someone, you're only as good as the last job you've done. So
that's it.
You know, you got to keep on delivering, and if it feels like it's not happening, then you said it, you hit it on the head. You need to recalibrate.
Yeah.
And you need to go, okay, well, what do I? And I'm always recalibrating because it keeps things fresh and exciting. Yeah. And then that works for everybody. So as soon as you start to feel like, oh, I'm not really delivering, you need to shake it up.
Yeah, we're our biggest critics. So recognizing that, okay. And it was funny because the client I worked with that we've parted ways now, he said, if that's your half-baked, I don't know. I don't see what you're doing as half-baked. I'm like, well.
Like, terrified to see you fully baked.
Yeah. Which was kind of nice.
Korryn on steroids.
Yeah.
I love it. And I want to ask you one last thing. How are you with, because it sounds like you're pretty good with this. That's why I want to ask you. Any tips that you have for people around boundaries?
Oh, no, I'm not good with boundaries.
Really? Because
I make out I am, but underneath, like on the duck under the water, with the water, the legs are just going. That's going to be a good screen grab.
Oh yeah. Sorry, people driving.
yeah. I make sure if it feels right in the gut. If you feel like the boundaries are sliding, it's usually a good indication that they are. So that you really catch yourself, because it's very easy. Both, and for me too, like I'll go, I'm definitely not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And it's like one request comes through and I'm like, oh, I'll just quickly do it. That's the beginning of the end. So just catch yourself doing it. So
is that kind of like the, I'm not going to do any work out of business hours type thing, and then something slides through. And then the client goes, I do that.
I had that the other night actually. I was shooting a few things off on the sly, and then emails started coming back at, I think it was about 11 o'clock at night. And I'm like, no, you weren't supposed to see that till the morning.
Why doesn't Outlook have a really simple way of just scheduling stuff to go out?
Well, Gmail does, but I just didn't brain fart, didn't use it.
You did brain fart. Nice.
Yeah. I just didn't, remember to use it.
So you've been able to go on leave and come back. What tips can you give to someone who wants to go on leave from their business, whether it's a holiday or maternity leave?
Yeah. Well, like I said, for me, it was having my ducks in a row before I went.
Mm-hmm.
Having that contingency plan of, okay, this is option A or option B, and communicating that to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Not just clients. Like if you've got a team, this is what's happening. I think keeping the communication channels open is probably a huge thing too. One of my clients was the first person I told when I was pregnant, because I was thinking, she looked at me and went, "You're really flat." And I'm like, well,
no,
there's a reason.
Yeah.
It was probably more that open communication with everyone that really kicked it off, because it got them thinking early too. Like it wasn't me going, "Oh, and by the way, in a month's time, I'm out." It was just having that constant communication with them of, okay, this is what you can do. This is what I'm thinking you can do. This is what, So
communication and contingencies.
Yeah. And it was quite good. Like I did the unusual thing of just going, okay, I'm completely out. And there was a few emails backwards and forwards, and I'd set up my out of office saying, I'm in baby land. So don't expect a reply, sorry.
Yep.
But that's my personality. All my clients went, okay.
I got that email and I loved it because it had a sense of humour. It was funny.
Just sticking to that was probably the biggest thing too.
Right.
Yeah, as many weird and wonderful hour nights there, I was thinking, I could probably dip back in. Yeah, I had to stop myself because the time flies too quickly. So
it does. And then you just go, why did I do that? Taking time off for when my Ella was born was one of the best things I ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the time I thought, oh God, I never want to work again. I'm loving this. This is so nice. And
it was funny. It was about, a week before I was due to come back. Yeah. And I was actually going, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Because I'd completely switched off. Whereas if I hadn't have, I probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, because you've given yourself that permission to switch off.
Yeah.
When the time's right, you go, yep, cool, I'm ready to get back into it. Yeah.
Yeah. One of my friends was like, I'm not surprised. You got itchy feet like this with Hayden. I'm like, oh, okay. Completely forgot. But she's like, yeah, you did. I'm like, okay.
It's so predictable.
Apparently.
Not at all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up there. That was some really great content. Thank you so much. For those listening to audio, you just missed out on the cutest Winnie the Pooh mug that Korryn is drinking from.
I'm not going to show you my slippers.
Do it. Join it, people. Show me the slippers. Oh my gosh. They're these massive Winnie the Pooh slippers. Oh, I love it.
Business up top, slippers on the bottom.
Yeah, that's how we all roll. We're all naked from the waist down because we've got the video going.
Yeah, no.
So, no. I just want to thank you so much for sharing that. It's just such beautiful content, and I love your story, and I love everything that Encore is doing, and the way that you're representing your business is just really, are you keeping it real?
Yeah.
But you're also working so hard for your clients in a healthy way, and I really, really love that. So hopefully people learn a lot today from your experience there with taking the leap and doing what needed to be done with the whole maternity leave thing and making that work for you. I'm so impressed.
Yeah, don't know how to do it. But anyway, just keep flying.
Just keep swimming. All right, so that's it for today for Outsourcing Mysteries Exposed. Thank you to everyone who took the time to listen. We'll make sure we have another episode ready for you very soon. Take care. Hey, thank you for listening to the Virtually Yours podcast, Outsourcing Mysteries Exposed. Between now and our next session, I know you're going to be hanging out to take some action on outsourcing in your business, so head on over to virtuallyyours.com.au and you can download some information there about the best ways to outsource for business growth. If you're a virtual assistant, make sure you join us. We have an amazing virtual assistant community at Virtually Yours, Aussie VAs connecting and helping each other grow. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you at the next podcast.